So my name is Amy and I'm the academic manager, so I'm in charge of running or overseeing the academic program. So basically I'm in charge of, I guess, all the classes. So if students or teachers have any trouble, they come to me. I also do a lot of the scheduling of classes and help with admissions. I work on the curriculum, pretty much whatever comes up, to be honest. What do I care about in my classes the most? I think it's really important in a language class to improve people's confidence, because I know that learning a new language can be intimidating, especially when you're doing it in a new country, in a new city. So I really like to get people talking and using the language in kind of real life situations. I think that's a really important factor for a lot of students, is just getting them to talk, getting them to communicate, getting them to learn the language. I mean, I definitely think grammar and writing is important, and I like grammar. Some English teachers don't like grammar. I do. I think you need it to form kind of a foundation, but I think what's really the most important is, can you go out on the street and use English to communicate? I think that's, at least in an environment like this, probably the most important skill to focus on. I think our biggest strength is we really have created a sense of community at the school. Like, students come and they make friends. Our teachers are all open and they're eager to help. And it's not just like you come to school and you leave. We have activities after class. We have opportunities for students to meet students from other levels, and I just think it's that sense of community that sets us apart from other schools. I mean, I've been a language student myself, and I would go to class. I never got to know anyone else at the school. It was just like, show up, do the work, leave. Whereas here, I think people really make friendships that last. I see on Facebook our former students stay in touch with each other, maybe even go visit each other in their home countries, and I think that sets us apart. Well, I don't know if I would say the most memorable student, but the first student that comes to mind, when I first started working here, I was pretty young. I was only 24 and I was new to New York myself, and I had a Japanese student who was a hairstylist, and she just had a really great energy and attitude, and kind of made me feel more comfortable as a new teacher myself 4 years ago. Of course, I mean, we have classes, levels 1 being beginner to level 5. So our level 1 class is, of course, for students who don't know a lot of English already. Our classes do tend to be a little bit more advanced than some other schools. Like, we don't necessarily teach the ABCs in our classes, but in level 1, I think we've really found a way to kind of accommodate everyone. If it's absolute beginners versus higher beginners. And a good thing about our program is that we use a textbook, but we also give teachers a lot of opportunity to supplement with their own materials. So I think that flexibility lets us reach more students, even those who might just be starting to learn English. Of course, I mean, it's New York, you know? Some people would say the greatest city in the world, and I think the unique thing about New York that makes it a great place to study English is there are people from all over the world here. It's not like you're going to be in a class with only people from Korea or only people from Mexico, only people from China. There are going to be people from everywhere, and everyone's kind of in the same situation, trying to navigate a new city, while also meeting people from all over the world. And there's so many opportunities to practice English outside of the class. And another thing is that New Yorkers themselves are used to living with people from all over the world. So I think you'll find in New York that the native New Yorkers are happy to help people who maybe don't speak English really well, because it's just kind of part of the culture of New York. I mean, I guess my advice would be to come with an open mind and to try not to be too nervous. I mean, I know that everyone is kind of nervous traveling to a new country and starting at a new school, but I think people should come here knowing that we want you to succeed, and we want you to communicate, and we want you to make friends. So just come knowing that while, yes, the goal is to improve your English, it's also about the experience. You know, we think that international travel and meeting people from different countries is a really important part of life and really helpful to your overall success, be it in school or professionally. So just come knowing that it's not just school, it's also the whole experience, I guess I would say.